sound there. Let's see, perfect. Bart'll do, hey? There we go. There we go. Bow, bow, bow. How's everybody doing? Got a little. That song's great, right? For those of you that could hear it, I freaking love that one. I heard that for like the first time the other day. Oh, already with the haters. Well, hey, let's just take care of that. We got Alejandro or something in the chat. Okay, let me pull both these chats up here. Lord Bolt, what's going on? Alors on Duns. How do we know you're a real doctor? With the haters. Please, with the haters. Find something new. Freaking going through the same damn shit every day. It's annoying. But how are you guys doing? I got a little Friday Night Live, hey? We'll get her going. We played one of my new favorite songs. It's fantastic. I don't even know what it's called. Let's go back. Music sounds better with you. Freaking awesome. But hey, we got a little Friday Night Live. Thanks for popping in here. Got a little switched it up on you guys. Usually it's espresso, but caught you by surprise. We got a little Zevia tonight. Creamy root beer, freaking fantastic flavor. Sugar-free, all the clean stuff in there. And yeah, we got a little Friday Night Live. I was picking through a bunch of furniture, finding some materials for the office there, figuring out what I'm going to order in regards to those things. Did a bunch of video editing, talked to a bunch of you guys that reached out, with some labs, some with none, and we made some good game plans for you guys. So we are back for another one tonight, and I'm sure it'll be fun. The YouTube chat's been going wild, and I'm sure it will again, especially on honestly, Monday it was kind of crazy. There was some ridiculous stuff in the chat. It's more brain dead, brain rot stuff, but still funny, you know. I appreciate good humor. But in terms of updates, not too many this time. Typically I got a whole mouthful to rattle off to you guys, but how's everybody doing? We got almost 8:30 here Eastern time. Yasuki. Oh my god, it's Dr. Antonio. I saw you on CNN today. Really? That's kind of wild. I'd love to hear about it. What'd you think of this segment? I'll go along with it. I'm not that stiff, you know. But I see a lot of familiar faces popping in and some new guys too. So welcome, and girls. Hey, everybody's welcome. Addison, how we doing? Where we coming in, watching from? I'm here in New Jersey, on the East Coast here. We got nothing much going on. Oh no, that's not what I meant. Yasuki, I'm glad your chats are over on the YouTube because if with this as a mixed batch, I mean, come on. YouTube does have good humor though in the comments section. Misty, oh my goodness, Misty. Best medicine for panic attacks. I don't give medication. My perspective is going to be more on the natural side of things, but there's plenty that can do you good and work like crazy, like California Poppy. I'm on here every night talking about this sucker because California Poppy applies to so many people, and there's very minimal drawbacks to it. You're pretty much gonna be walking on a cloud in regards to the things emotionally and stressors that hit out of nowhere. If it's more in the chronic scenario, you can maybe mix in some kava there if it's more of an acute stressor that comes out of the blue. That can be really helpful. Or even mixing the two, ashwagandha pairs really well with California poppy as well. So both of those are fantastic, and I would want to get to the bottom of the anxiety itself and figure out why that keeps happening. Maybe do some neurotransmitter testing or even some hormonal testing there too, to just see certain certain issues that can arise and helping the brain calm down. But there's usually an adrenal connection to that as well, so it's not just to do with the brain, but really the immune system, the nervous system, and the adrenals. So, but California poppy is a beautiful place to start, and send me a message. I'll give you all the links and places to get those from, because you don't want to buy random stuff that doesn't do anything. And Addison, what do you do? Basically, running a health restoration clinic here that I'm building out, working with the Wellness Way. So I've been with them for a while now, and as we build out this clinic, I'm basically getting on here and helping as many of you guys as possible as I wait to get other things done with the office, like waiting for desks to come in and furniture and all that stuff. So consider yourselves lucky because I'm giving away stuff like crazy, giving away game plans, what to be doing with food, lifestyle things, and supplementation or testing that's needed. And then we figure out what you got to do every day and sticking to it so that you can get back to normal, but rebuilding the body from the inside out, primarily getting stressors off. Okay. I am not sure for Theory Smasher. Not sure at all. I'm the wrong guy to ask about meds. That's not my wheelhouse. Hello from Georgia. Hello, hello. Nas. Nas is back. How we doing? From a fellow New Yorker. Biggest fan. I appreciate it. For some reason, I don't believe you, though. What's your thoughts on Seroquel? No clue. Again, no clue. That sounds like another med. But, ooh, we got some people talking back and forth. I take that. And lamotrigine. Lamotrigine. Meds are so hard to pronunciate. Honestly, for a Friday night, I'm kind of surprised as to how quiet, especially TikTok. Usually, you guys are like questions, questions, but that's all right. We can just hang in Georgia. Tia Trijo, Tria Trego. I'm going to message you. Heck yeah, Misty. Of course. I wonder how much of a delay there is. Let me see if I. Let me know if the quality on anything is bad either, like with sound over on the YouTube side of things. I'm not using a mic for TikTok, so we don't have to worry about that. But Karina, oh my goodness. What's up, Karina? How you doing? How's it going? It's going pretty well. We got a little Friday Night Live. I was getting ready to post some more things, and I was like, you know what? I gotta go live. Gotta say hello. Gotta give back to the people. Just sent it here on TikTok. Beautiful. Um, I'm probably not gonna go too crazy long tonight because we're dialing in the sleep, so you don't want to disrupt the circadian rhythm there. But I had to go live. Had to figure. Got to put in the work, you know. I had an ablation on my back. Oof. And it didn't work. What is next? I am not sure. I'm not your guy. This is where medicine's beautiful. They are for this exact scenario. So, can you do certain things like collagen? You could do that in the form of, like, obviously a grass fed and finished beef collagen. Um, some other things for the skin barriers. I mean, collagen is going to be your biggest key. Um, you can do some go-to cola as well. That can help. Karina, hope you're doing good. I am. I'm doing pretty well. It's going. I feel like I have gotten a histamine intolerance lately, but I know it's my gut. Doing treatment, so hoping things get better. And I know that things will take time. They certainly take time. And in regards to the recent flare ups, I mean, I would look at what stressors hit. Maybe you just closed all your doors and things, and now you're using heat from the inside, which happened to a few people that I know. they're like, yeah, all of a sudden my sinuses, my ears, and all these things feel terrible. Humidity, you got to start checking depending on where you're living, because that can honestly get too low, especially with the dry heat. So you may need humidifiers and things, and even HEPA filters for the air, and dusting, vacuuming, doing all those things. Anthony, what's going on? And then for the GI, kind of circle back to the beginning steps. Don't forget about apple cider vinegar. Don't forget about aloe vera juice. Don't forget about chamomile. All the things that I'm constantly talking about for initial things to do. But obviously, I don't know what your testing looks like. But yes, beautiful. Taking all those. Okay. Well, then maybe there's something you ran into with food. I don't know if you have food allergy testing or GI testing or anything, but that's pretty much the next step here is to get a good grip on what the environment looks like within the GI. So, watching the World Series. I wish the Yankees made it. My dad's actually watching that with a couple buddies. Um, I don't watch too much baseball at all, really, or football. I mainly it's just jiu-jitsu, wrestling, UFC. That's kind of the only three I watch there. I've always been that way too. I don't know. I never cared for football at all. Anyways, for Karina, yeah, the next step, wonder what testing looks like, unless there's the food things that can change, and maybe you ran into a new food that's reacting, or there's another mental stress layer that just hit you with God knows what, because life does that, which can definitely be it. But I can send you a guide on histamine rich foods and foods that are not rich in histamine, just to help you guide this a little bit better. So send me a message there. Aren't all herbal supplements low half life, low availability? Good point. It does depend on how they're formulated, and that will determine purity, your concentration, and all those things, potency, things like that. But they have to be in liquid form to get the best bioavailability. They'll actually, most of it will hit the system before it even reaches the stomach, to be honest. And it depends on the herb for the half life. They're not across the board the same because they're all formulated a little bit different to get all those constituents into there. But that's a fantastic question. And Trey says, and that's it. Mystical Red, hey, Dr. Antonio, you might remember me from me saying my ingrown toenail. Well, I got that surgery on them yesterday. Well, I'm glad you're getting pain free. And sometimes you do need surgery. That's not something to skip out on if it's needed, for sure. ACV is helping a lot. Beautiful. Okay, wait. Where did we leave off? TikTok, please, if you're listening to this, fix the problem where you're scrolling through the comments on a live and it takes you to the bottom. Please fix that because it drives me crazy every single day. I'm like fiddling through, and yeah, I'm a chatterbox, so it takes me a while to run through what I want to say, but then it jumps you to the bottom. So, TikTok, if you're listening, get rid of that, please. And then Anthony says, oh, yeah, I'm watching the World Series. Laura Bolt, I got my boyfriend on a sleep schedule now. Look at you, Laura. Look at you. October, being the sleep challenge, spreading it to other people. I love it. He doesn't wake me up in the middle of the night. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. That would be great. Thank you. Heck yeah. Aloe vera juice is like my new best friend. Aloe vera juice is fantastic, especially if you're in like the beginning steps of this. Or you forget about it and then you get sassy again with your food and now you reincorporate these things. But aloe vera juice, especially lily of the desert, it's just the best formulation that I know of. Thoughts on poppy prebiotic drinks once a week? I Okay, there's Olipop, there's Zevia, and there's Poppy. I know one of them has pretty high sugars. Zevia definitely not. They use stevia. I think Olipop is the other one with like 1 or 2 grams of sugar in there, and then the Poppy might be the one that's higher. But I could be mixing one of those two up. Poppy has 5 grams. Okay. I mean, yeah, I like Zevia and Olipop a little bit better, just a wee bit. Okay, where'd we? Oh, that was a. Is that a repeat or is that the same? Okay, yeah. If I have SIBO, oof, I'm guessing it's from low stomach acid. Yes. Should I strictly just eat 3 times a day? Mm, okay. I'm going to send you another guide because this is going to be more on low fermentable foods, just so that you can have, again, a list with the low histamine things and the lower, basically avoiding FODMAP, low FODMAP. So that's probably going to do you really well, especially if that is what's happening and you're getting a ton of the bloating in the upper rib cage here too, which will even change your breathing, change heart rate sometimes too. And people start freaking out. Think that was part of my story. I thought I had a heart problem. Turns out it was a GI problem that was way easierly solved than I thought it would be. But um, yeah, that would be my fix there. Ziva gives you a headache. Interesting. That is very interesting. Well, that is. Why are my comments not scrolling? There we go. Okay. Olipop's your next best bet. Holy crap. Your next best bet. Hmm. I have been ignoring some of these over here. Okay, we talked about the ingrown toenails, that's for sure. Hey, paisan. Buongiorno, fratello mio. Nice. How is your new neuroplasticity going since the last live? It's going quite well. BrainTap is actually a new company, pretty cool, that they make essentially headsets and little eyeglasses for different light and sound therapies for helping you calm down stress responses. And those, again, you got to find the things that are one time purchases because those things you can repeatedly use, like an inversion table, like a rebounder. I'm freaking talking about those till I'm blue in the face on here most of the time. And EMF blocking, that's another thing that we can get into. And then brain tap, that's a pretty cool one. Um, I'm not sure what pricing and that stuff looks like, but I could dig into it a little bit more and then we'll talk about it tomorrow. So, do you happen to wellness ways hiring at all? Depending on the location, depending on the location, and I'm not sure. You live in Wisconsin, I know that. Not to give out your info on here, but from what I know, um, yeah, I would check where the nearest one is, and they may be, but that'll vary depending on the location. Some are full staff, some are half, some are just starting out. So, but that's still a valid question. How about tonic in powder without the gin? Oh, is that like a non-alcoholic way of doing things? It sounds like it is. I'm just gonna. I like how you write in all caps too. That's kind of funny. I can feel your message, you know. Tonic in powder. This sounds like a concentrated form of tonic water that contains quinine, citric acid, and sweeteners. Is it like a tonic water? Mixes with water to create non-alcoholic beverage. Lucky guess. Yeah, so you can do that, and then you can add some kava kava root extract and actually have a really good time. Feel like you're having a little mixed drink, but not do damage to your body, and still do some great things for you. Get stressed down and everything. Nikki, oh my goodness, Nikki, what is going on? It's been a minute, Nikki, since I seen you pop in here. Glad to see you. I just looked only in Green Bay. Okay. I don't know how close you are to Green Bay, but definitely a cool one to be at because the office is huge over there. And you see the headquarters side and everything. So if you're trying to live like this, yeah, that's definitely your best bet. And then you'll get to see everybody at seminar too in May. We're going to Florida. It's gonna be beautiful. I wish it was in like January, but Karina, have a good evening. Gotta go. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. Woof. Whoa. Not done. 12 eggs before bed to boost testosterone and cholesterol maxing. Wake up bricked every night. What has gotten into you? Oh my goodness, Nick, you're a new person. Who took the old Nick? I do it every night. What the? I don't know, man. That's a lot of food before bed. I wonder how close to bed you're doing that, because you don't really want to get 3 4 hours within that gap there. I would just be curious as to how close you're doing that. But that's still good things to hear. 2 hours, okay. Maybe do three. Maybe do 3 or 4. Unless I don't know if you're having issues with sleep or anything, but just as precautionary. Where am I from? I'm from New Jersey. Here in New Jersey, Warren County, where there's cows and horses, and it's not the Jersey Shore, which I'm sure you're all thinking that you're like gym tan laundry and all that. I got friggin' slick back hair, no tanning beds or anything like that. Just cows and horses. The Romans used it as a remedy if you had problems for sleeping. Mm. Oh, in regards to the tonic, I mean, yeah, there's there's plenty of remedies like that. What would you recommend I do for my recovery? It's been pretty uncomfortable and painful. Bum bum bum. You can do something like boswellia and turmeric, but you would want to get a liquid form of that turmeric, not like the seasoning that you use for chicken. People get that confused. What else? I would just stick to those two. Yeah, that's probably good. I would do heavier dosing with boswellia and turmeric, but liquid turmeric. Um, my daughter loves green onions. It seems to help her teeth. Any other suggestion? You mean with teething? They usually like something cold too. You could probably freeze veggies or fruits like that. Um, I would freeze some fruits, or maybe even make like little popsicles out of berries and something like that. And she'll probably love those, especially for the teething, just to soothe it out. What kind of doc are you? What is the niche? It is all health restoration based, so all natural health ways of doing things. Getting labs done is key, because then you have a guide on what to be doing. But essentially, the philosophy behind the strategy is to reduce chronic stressors, and a lot of those things people are getting every single day, like mental stress from work or a relationship or something like that. And supporting those pathways and stress things is key to getting the body to get back to homeostasis, because as those stressors add up, it's just a little bit at a time, but they become bigger and bigger things. There's also the chemical sense of things too. What you put on and in your body, the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food you eat, and what else? Physically too, from a physical stress standpoint, postural things too, but exercise and more lifestyle and food oriented things. And when you do need to supplement, that can be done for a short period of time, but that's really to just cover mistakes, and to buy some for retesting and working off of those things. That is the goal, to work off of that completely. So, and then notice how he didn't answer the question. What question? You got yours filtered out, buddy, but I don't have filters. Ask it again, because TikTok has been comments that don't even need censoring. Like, uh, ask it again. Okay, I'm gonna wait for, because Dr. Ants says, notice how you didn't answer the question. That's the first time I saw you comment, so put it down below again. Okay, I answered that one. Okay, what's up? Um, where did you go to med school? I did not go to med school. I'm a senior in high school, and I want to be a doctor as well. Okay, I would find an undergrad that is in state, just to save you on the student loan end of things when you're done with school. That's a key thing that a lot of people are doing. Don't think like I want to go across the country and do all that. I didn't do that either. It's definitely best to stay within your state, save some money on student loans because by the time you're done with school, holy crap, the cost of school is going to be crazy. But yeah, go for it and find the best schools, get your prereqs, make sure you're doing everything necessary to get accepted and help people out in the world. Give away some value. Do I go live every day? Heck yeah, I do. I've been trying to do it more consistent time wise, but I don't know. Every day is different and it just kind of falls where it falls. So sorry. I know people like patterns, but if I wanted a career in this, does the Wellness Web offer schooling? Yes, you could go through the academy. Totally. What are your thoughts on red light therapy? There's definitely some benefits to it. It's not like the first thing that I recommend, but that is a beneficial thing that you can add in if that's convenient for you, or if there's a place nearby that does it, or there's at home things that you can buy. It's just looking into the quality of the company and making sure that it's actually doing what it's saying it's doing. That would be my biggest thing there. So I know like Sunlight Sauna is a really good one, but that's like a $10,000 at home sauna. If you want to get that, totally. But oh no, it scrolled me to the bottom again. TikTok. So annoying. Okay, wait. I have been ignoring some YouTube ones too. I use golden milk for inflammation and other health benefits. What's your take on it? That's not one of the primary ones that I use, but there's some benefits to it there. Um, and again, I don't want to guess with things, so but I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's definitely beneficial. It's just what are you trying to achieve and what are you working on? You know, gotta be gotta be directed. Apparently, the one swing Green Bay needs a Cairo. They actually just hired one, so that is all set. No disrespect, but isn't a DC? Okay, this is a good question. Scope of practice mainly musculoskeletal. Yeah, that is typically what it's thought of as, and honestly, insurance makes it definitely seem this way of just being spine related. Actually, some professions are like, I don't even want chiros touching my peripheral extremities, so elbows, knees, hips, feet, things like that. But that is just working on the trauma portion of what we do. So, like I said, there's the mental, chemical, and physical stress side of things. The adjustment takes physical stress off the system better than any other profession, in my opinion. I'm a little bit biased though, right? Because it's taking that directly off the nervous system. And that calms down a lot of other systems because it's a primary system. And that can change all the others, like digestion and hormones and things. Although it's not like super specific to do one thing, you can't adjust T3 and have a certain outcome happen. But it does give the body tone back and allows the body to get stress off the system and get back to homeostasis. And that physical stress can be connected to other things too. How many, at least ladies in the chat, when you get stressed out like crazy, how does your neck feel? How do your shoulders feel? You get tight, you know? Everybody says it, especially when they're on the table. Like, I carry my stress in my shoulders. And I'm like, I know, I could feel them. They're riddled with knots. So, there's your physical stress impacting other things, or in turn, mental stress now leading toward physical signs and issues there. But that's one avenue. And then there's getting mental stress down and its chemical stress off the system as well. And typically that's food and other things that you could put on and inside your body. But air, water, food all can be chemical stressors if they're not the right nutrients or quality of things coming into the system. And then there's the last but not least, the mental stress up here. We're programmed for defense. We're programmed to find negative things. And that's honestly why people get triggered on here, is because the second I start saying something that goes against your identity and what you've been taught your whole life, it's taken personal, and it's normal to happen. We're all wired this way, but it's not a personal attack or anything like that. So, but fantastic question. I love it. Thank you for the info. Thoughts on 100% cotton boxers for fertility and the testicles? Yes, two thumbs up there. Get your cotton box of briefs. And over time, like I would start with the things that go on reproductive organs, right? And then slowly over time, you can switch all of the clothing. But I don't expect people to go out and buy a new wardrobe, the second you figure that or find that out. But great point, and definitely something to implement. Okay, I love patterns. Don't we all? Don't we all? Well, black seed oil is a great medicine. Fully, oh, we got in French. There was, for those of you on TikTok, there was some other language there. They say cures everything except death. Well, I don't know. I even cured my athlete's foot with it. It never came back, which is good. There was probably a microbial connection that it just helped out with. But that word cure is kind of crazy because supplements and natural things don't cure anything. They do have restorative elements. They do help the body take stress off. They do supply nutrients that the body can take and then put into practice to rebuild tissues and do things with. But that cure term, that's not that's not the natural world at all. I mean, I get it that the language is pretty much taught everybody to speak that way, but yeah, good question though, or comment. Sorry. Okie doke. Hello, I'm new here. Just a quick question. What can I take? Woof, to lower my LDL. Woof, 336. Jesus. That's not how natural things work, but it's finding out why cholesterol's high, finding the sources of inflammatory stressors driving it up in the first place, because your body creates LDL and it's doing that for a reason. We just have to figure out why that's happening. Um, there's some initial things that you could do for the inflammatory status there. Turmeric being a great one here. I would even say choline just to help mobilize and break down fats a little bit easier. Maybe even milk thistle too, just over there. But you do need to do a lot of testing here. I would want to see the lab that you have and get on the phone with you and build out a game plan here because there we got to do something. Um, but yes, it's not going to just cure or lower that stuff immediately. But your body's doing it for a reason. Hi, Dr. Antonio. Happy Friday. Hello. Do I need to do all the schooling you did? No, you don't. Honestly, you could save $200,000. You're awesome with a cat times one. Cool. I'm reading emojis at this point. Tense. In regard to the shoulders, yeah. Serial doctor, not a scam artist. Hey, it's all love here. You're welcome. You're welcome to join in. As long as your 4 patients getting better, you're loud in the chat. That's my one rule. Thoughts on NAD? Okay, wait. I missed a few. Doctor, can I use cannabis to help with? Whoa, that is not a real thing. You're making stuff up here. I would be really careful with that. There's a lot of new articles coming out on cannabis right now, and it's not good things at all. Not good things with memory centers. Not good things with blood vessels. Not good things with oxidation. Not good things coming out. And I think a lot has to do with form and strength of things too, because today's a completely different world in regards to that. But yes. Ooh, baby. Why does TikTok scroll me to the bottom of the comments? I'm singing the song we opened with here. Let's get a little. What? No. My soundboard shut off. I'll get back to the questions, but. There we go. That song is so good. I had to just play it randomly midstream because it's that good. Okay, I'm missing a lot of questions here. What can I do for fluid behind my ear? Waiting to see an ENT. EENT. or whatever, yeah, go to Cairo. Go to a Cairo. I mean, there's some self things that you can do, but it takes a little while to get that uh, tissue used to it. And there's definitely right now, I'm feeling both these station tubes drain on in there. I hope the mic caught that. But, there's that. And something like a rebounder would be great too, to just move all that fluid throughout the entire body as you wait to see the ears, eyes, nose, and throat doc. Mold is in my room. Oh my goodness. And my basement has had me sick for 2 years plus. Reactivated Epstein Barr. I need to move out. Yes, you do. um, Maybe find like a personal mold or medical mold grade air filter. They do have like personal ones that you can just have like right next to you when you're sleeping, because boy oh boy. And like Jesus, colloidal silver nasal spray, just so that you can, while you're in that environment, protect yourself from exposure and things. Yes, you got to get out of there. Maybe something like spirulina in really small amounts. That's right. Francesca knows. Song's so good. Oh my goodness. A lot of talking, not enough drinking. Can't afford to move out. Oof. And have CFS flares and symptoms. I feel very bad for your situation there. Um, at least do the coil silver. Maybe some little tiny pieces of spirulina in there. Very, 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 very small amounts, because you're going to be push things out, but take it very lightly. And getting a personal HEPA filter like that is going to do you some good. Well, vasoconstriction is a real thing. Yes, it is. But I believe there are other components that are great for lots of things. I agree too. I agree too. And I think form has a lot to do with that as well. But I'm just saying, in most recent research, there's a lot of info coming out that, you want to make sure we're taking precautions here. Thoughts on NAD? NAD can be good. It's just why we're using it. But yeah, I don't think it's harmful at all. I like NAD. I like something like Neo 40 too. That's a really good one. Hi, hi. So late today. I know it's 9 p.m. I said I wasn't going to be doing this very long, but here we are. And now I TikTok once. I'm sure there's some people tagging me in here. Okay. I eat the same things every day at the same times, pretty much. Hmm. Besides the fruits, thoughts, I like routine. I would, at the very least, Nick, find, if you're going to eat the same things every day, at least every week, switch to new things that you eat every day, at least. So, like, if you meal prep on Sundays and you prepare foods for Monday through Friday or whatever it is, do that. But now switch those foods every week. And I get why the fruits are easier to do, because you don't have to cook them and you just wash them really quick and eat them, which is smart that you're doing that because you're getting different exposure to things. You can also switch your foods to be more seasonal as well. Um, I can send you some info, like a packet of that too, or a little pretty graphic of what's in season, and you could put that on your fridge or something. I don't know, just to have something visual, um, thoughts in mind of just to continue rotating these things. How do you defend pseudoscience behind Cairo? Seems like a scam. Well, I do have proof of patients getting better with basically every single pre and post lab. So there's that. And then the decades upon decades of research showing that it works. And then I think the AMA did a good job basically trying to put the profession into extinct when they created pharmaceuticals so that people don't use natural things. And that's why the hate still stems today, actually. So read a book, damn it. how to raise HDL. You got to work out and you want to start doing some omegas. Get your caught fish, get your sam or sardines going, which I know are disgusting. Walnuts too, fantastic for that. And if you need one, Pro Omega can do it. Like from Nordic Naturals has one of the best ones on the planet right now. How to get into med school? He asked this question a bunch. Um, I mean, make sure you're getting all your prereqs. Make sure you're keeping them grades up and apply. It's pretty much what you got to do. It's more of hurry up and wait, which is kind of annoying. Ooh, we have a nurse saying the QSM3 or Nuka Cairo is great. Fascia is the key to so many things. Oh my goodness, look at that. You know what's up, my friend. Fascia is pretty crazy. Fascia is not just connected to physical things, which is in certain techniques and things like sacral occipital technique. That's one of the ones that I love. It does connect fascia within visceral tissues to different areas of the body too, and even to the central nervous system, and where to do certain techniques to get just visceral stress off. Again, non-specific, right? But to an area of some kind. It's just you can't manipulate a lab marker by doing something like that. But it's for health and getting the body to take stress off so it can restore things and get back to homeostasis. It's adaptive physiology. That's what the profession's based upon. Um, see a real doctor, not a scam artist. Okay, come up with something new at least. It's like the same thing every day. Is high cholesterol even bad though if your inflammatory markers are good because it's used to make hormones. I don't like seeing it high, that's for sure. And I think we got to figure out why it's high. Um, but somebody that, say, like you, that you're working out a ton and doing a ton of activity and creating a cholesterol demand, that's a huge portion of that. But a lot of the carnivore guys don't realize that you can have hyperpermeability of fats. You can have hyperpermeability of fats and it can be all the good stuff and all the right stuff, but just in the wrong balance of things. So I'm not here saying carnivore is the best thing, vegan's the best thing, vegetarian, paleo, Mediterranean. It's based on the individual. Can we just base things on the individual? Um, but yeah, that's why I love food allergy testing. That's why I love doing something like a Genova test. I think Nikki may have one done in the past. I don't remember, but um, yeah, that's my opinion there. I don't think it should be high. And of course, TikTok scrolled me to the bottom again. Love it. Bella Francesca. Okay, I'm back. So my son is struggling to focus at school. What should I give him? You got to tighten up the foods. Honestly, get him a food allergy test because histamine is very excitatory. So if he's having constant histamine responses, um, with kids, it's less of a stress issue because they don't have a 9 to 5. They don't have a mortgage. They don't have car payments or bills or student loans. So it's usually less of a mental stress issue. That being kind of funny with the typical therapies that are done. Anyways, I would look for the histamine-rich foods that he's encountering all the time because you're going to inhibit glutamate's conversion into GABA. So you're going to hold on to the most excitatory neurotransmitter in the body for longer if you keep eating those histamine-rich foods, which are going to be specific to him, which is the coolest part ever. So no supplement in this case. Get a food allergy test and avoid those foods. What can I do for my yeast infection? Oh, almost a month, almost every month, right before my period. What should I do? Interesting. That has got to be connected to um, a couple different things, like pH within the reproductive tissue there, and even certain estrogen conversions. Because if there's not enough lubrication or enough secretions there, your microbial environment's going to be thrown off. And you're going to run into issues like that. There can also be issues with kidney filtration too, and with the GI as well. Um, so cut sugar for 2 weeks and start doing something like gymnema, something like D-mannose, and maybe a little bit of uva ursi for a month. Then pull it away and get your fermented foods up like crazy. That's what I would do. But yeah, again, that gymnema is going to help. Um, Oregon grape as well, and then even uva ursi. Okay. My son is not able to sit still at school and struggling to learn things. So we talked about the food allergy test that you can do, and maybe along with this, do something like ginkgo biloba. Fantastic. Brings a ton of blood flow to the brain. Helps calm certain pathways down and bring in mental clarity and things like that. But I would do that with your food test, not just getting a supplement. You guys drive me crazy. I do like when you guys ask these questions, but I want people to get testing done and then work things backward. Arm and lube. Freaking, how do I become a cardiothoracic surgeon? I don't know, man. I don't know this question. I'm sorry. Thoughts on very light cooking of eggs to keep the yolk intact for more nutrients? As long as stomach acid's high, as long as you're supporting with stomach acid before your meals, your stomach acid can pretty much kill off freaking anything if it's high enough. So that whole parasite craze is basically a low stomach acid issue that throws off the whole environment and allows you to get those things in the first place. So yes, even with raw fish too. Thank you. You're welcome. I think my son might have ADHD, or there's certain chemical responses going on leading to that type of adaptive response, and that's that's where my position is. Um, but depends on who you ask, right? No, my Zevia, freaking thing. How we doing though? We hanging in there? It's too good. It's too good to not play that song. Bella Francesca, I could depend on you for liking music. I know you said you love your music, so isn't music awesome? Music changes everything. I hope we got some music lovers in the chat. So, what's my favorite cheat meal? Ooh, that's a good question. Hmm. I mean, it kind of changes, right? But I would say right now, we are so back. Remember this guy? Every day he comes in here and says the same. I love it though. I gotta wait for the drop before I pause it. Okay, back to the cheat meal thing. At least right now, it's probably pizza right now, just because I've been playing with a bunch of sourdough, so that's been fun. Making my own fermented things from rice and chickpea flours and all the low prolamine structures for gluten activity, because there are some very similar prolamines within other grains that are not just gliadin or gluten. But yeah, do I make my own bread? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Basically, on a weekly basis, I got to work for it, you know? You enjoy it a lot better when you work for things. I think it's much more enjoyable. You make me laugh. It's a good song. What can I say? But yeah, I've been doing, and honestly, I've been, oh my gosh, it's so crispy and everything too. Um, Played with fried bread, played with making focaccia bread too. Just, I made like 8 different pizzas last weekend. It took like 5 hours, and in the middle of it, I was like, "What am I doing?" Um, but yeah, some focaccia bread with Basically, I did a spicy vodka sauce, a just vodka penne sauce. I did just marinara, um, and then did different flavor combinations with each one of them. Or no, I made six. I made six pies and flavored them all differently with varying profiles and things. Like with the, I think I even put a squash sauce in there and did like black pepper and mushroom and just different types of things. It was great. It was great. Came out a little dry for me, but focaccia bread's kind of like that. It's obviously not like wheat, you know. Wheat bread is so good, but it's so terrible for you. Um, it's just not even the same grain at this point with what we have available. So, but yes, I love this song too. I'm coming to your house for food. I gotta make it again, but if you're ever in New Jersey, so must be a good cook. Not really, not really. I just don't. I want bread, and I don't want to get crappy bread from the store because there's none here. That there are even sourdough bakeries near me. Not gonna name any, but all use wheat, and I'm like, guys, what are we doing? So, oh no, I failed verification. Oh my goodness, I failed verification again. Thank God. I don't know if it pauses when I have to do that, but no, it doesn't pause. I'm watching the replay right now. Okay. Do you have a party? Did you have a party that made you make that much? Nope. No party. I just wanted to make some and I just made up a ton of like protein dishes to have along on the side of it, which turned out pretty good because it came out dry. So then I had, a little bit of oil and things to put it together with. But thanks for the pumpkin latte, Francesca. Do you go by Bella or Francesca or Fran? What do you go by? Just a long name, and I'm lazy. Okay. This guy's been asking, how do I become a cardiothoracic surgeon in the YouTube chats? And then somebody went on Google and gave him the step-by-step instructions, which is hilarious. Both, it's all good. I'm the same way. Call me whatever. All right. It's 9:16. It is the sleep challenge of October. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to thewellnessway.com, type in sleep. You'll get a whole list of action steps, daily reminders, checklists, pro tips, and some wind down and wind up activities for the morning and for night. Just good things to practice overall and direct the sleep patterns. We have like a week left of October. So get your sleep in check so that you can carry this habit throughout, especially once this time change is about to hit. You should definitely be going to bed sooner as I sit here at almost 9:30 Eastern time. Um, but yes, aside from that, for the people that are in the chats and you have labs, or maybe you don't have labs, and you want my opinion on some things, or maybe to create a game plan for you in regards to food and lifestyle things and supplementation and all that good stuff. If you guys are waiting on labs coming back, that's cool too. If you just want to chat until you get your things, get your morning sun, people. Damn right, Suzanne. Damn right. I do it every time I'm making my French press. I get outside, I just stare. Um, and it wakes you up like crazy and programs your circadian rhythm. So I love it. Suzanne, you're awesome. So, all right, though. We'll be back tomorrow for a little Saturday Night Live. We'll be back at it again. Um, I got some kava coming in the mail, so we'll have some fun lives going here in the future too. You're awesome too. Thank you very much. Let's get a little outro. I'll play this for a couple minutes. I'm gonna get another copyright on YouTube, but fuck it. At this point, it's better. It's better to listen to good music and have a good time anyway. So, all right. Thanks for hanging out. As always, stay healthy, stay free. Um, enjoy your Friday night, people. And we're playing a little outro song before we head out of here. All right. See you guys.